Hey guys, welcome back to another war video for Season 39, War 9 against Next. The bands for this war are Falcon, Quake, and Ghost. We'll be going in with a team of Havok, Nick Fury, and Magneto. In Section 1, we'll be starting out on Path 4. Then we'll be taking the shared Jessica Jones, and then also the SpiderHam and Nick Fury. And Section 2 will be moving to Path 1, and then we'll be taking the Rank 5 Infamous Iron Man. And then on Mini Island, we'll be taking the Antman and Scorpion to finish off this really long war. So this is a completely unnecessary rematch against Next. I'm not sure why matchmaking does this, but for some reason it does. This first fight is Havok versus Claire. I've done this a few times this season already. There's no ability accuracy reduction based on the number of debuffs on this node, so every parry will stick. So just standard fight with this global, let the debuffs just fall off with the attacker tactic. Let her apply bleeds to me, which applies the plasmas to her. Just not a whole lot to watch out here. Build up the feedback on her just to start trickling her down. Oh, going for extra unnecessary heavies. Just to see how much damage it does. And then here, instead of just throwing it, I miss a parry and take a hit. So that's an unnecessary potion, but, you know, we're having fun. And this SP3 does more than enough damage to finish her off. Then next up, we've got Nick Fury versus Quicksilver. We do have to be aware of the ability accuracy based on the number of debuffs here. I do put on invulnerability boost just in case something happens here or the next fight. But without all the extra health, Quicksilver is just going to drop really fast. And yeah, there I was surprised that the parry landed with all those debuffs on me. But thankfully Nick is really amazing at removing debuffs from himself, and yeah, just another 20-second fight. And then next up, we've got Jessica Jones. We'll be taking this with Nick Fury. The ebb and flow knockdown protection is apparently bugged, so it seems like all special 3s and damage over time debuffs do their full damage, so we're just not going to knock her down here and let her bleed out. What could have been a tricky fight, pretty much just ends up being a wash, and Nick Fury is able to just destroy her. We weren't totally sure if the node was still bugged or not, which is the reason for the White Magneto pre-fight. Just in case I did have to knock her down, but thankfully I didn't. And yeah, with that bug, it's just a really simple Nick Fury fight. And then next up, we have a little break before I take this SpiderHam. Reason being, Clown and I didn't know who was going to take this fight. Clown flipped a coin, and I won/lost and get to take the fight. So, yeah, I mean, Havok's really not the best counter, but with the hazard shift, if you can get the shocks on you, he's just going to melt due to all the plasmas on him. But with the attacker tactic, you're not going to get as many shocks on you as you would like. But yeah, here just trying to throw off the special one as fast as I can so he doesn't build up his nonsense, and then I forget about the ability accuracy. So I get hit. And then, the feedback with the plasmas is doing enough damage Lots of my hits are glancing, but it doesn't really matter on the SB1 because it already does pretty much negative damage. Just building up the plasmas, getting feedback on him when I can, and letting Havok's magic do its work here. But yeah, this ended up being a lot more straightforward than I was anticipating. The attacker tactic is also really nice here because it does remove any of the Porker Poppers because you parry, you get a debuff, and the attacker tactic just automatically removes it. So, nothing to worry about there. And then next up, Fossey is going in and placing another guidance on the Nick Fury, and I'm checking just to verify that it was him and not just someone else burning energy. So I don't have to back out of the map and verify that the guidance was already placed. So yeah, done this fight a few times. This one was only a rank 3 Nick Fury, so he's going to drop a little bit faster. Put on another invulnerability boost just in case Nick Fury wants to be Nick Fury. But yeah, it's going to be pretty much the same thing here as we've done before. Although I believe we take advantage of some plasmas on him and get some feedback just to melt him quicker. But yeah, mostly just watching the bubble shield, watching his power. And, yeah, you can see that feedback going from 2100 a tick. And yeah, just draining him really, really fast. Yep, not even going to throw the special 3 in this first life. Just, yeah, he's just dropping too fast and it would be a waste. And then here we get real Nick, push him to a special 2, and yeah, with how fast he's draining, you can tell this isn't a SIG 200. So yeah, we've got 3 prowesses, but with 10 plasmas on Havok, that's going to be a lot of extra attacks. So yeah, he's finished with his degen, and we're just going to knock him out with this one special. And then next up, we've got Antivenom over on Path 1 in Section 2. Antivenom is really annoying with the global because he puts on his Clintar debuff at the start of the fight, and then every 12 or 15 seconds after that, if it's fallen off. But with it, every non-critical hit is going to give him a regen. But once it's off, there's no more regens except from the Never Back Down note, I believe. Which, with his special one, is hard to avoid. But, yeah. Just trying to keep the eye if the Clintar debuff gets reapplied to us at any point. Trying to avoid dashing back twice and triggering any more regen for him. Throwing a special 1 here just to try and remove anything that pops up, like the Clintar debuff that applied in mid-special. And then taking some of those special hits on block. I thought that heavy was going to hit me, so he got an extra regen. So yeah, he's just really dragging this fight out longer than I feel like it should have. But finally, he's starting to drop here. Probably should have baited special 2s instead of special 1s. In hindsight, looking back at it. Well, that's the same words. But, yeah, I think special 2s would have been the way to go, baiting those instead of special 1s. easier to not trigger the regen. And then next up, we've got what I was probably most worried about this war. This Havok versus Buffet King Groot. I honestly didn't know what was going to happen in this fight, because when he gets 10 regen effects, he's going to go unblockable for a period of time, and he's going to shrug a bunch of the plasmas, which is going to get him to his regen faster. So yeah, just trying to see if I could do any damage before the special 3. But yeah, this regen is beefy. And then there, I believe Pacify turned off the regen. I was running 3 out of 3 Pacify because I have Magneto on the team. Yeah. Here he was draining a little bit due to the feedback, but now the feedback is off and we can't reapply it because he's in his Fury mode. He's just going to shrug everything off. Here we finally apply it. We're getting more plasmas or more prowesses on us. And there we triggered Buffet. So he's healing back up. And then I was waiting to see if I could get more plasmas built on him for the burst damage at the end. But this special 3 does an insane amount of damage. Pretty much takes us back right to another special 3, and I was certain that this was going to finish him off. But the plasmas that you convert from Havok to the prowess during the special 3 give you a 1500 attack increase for each one. So that's why the second special 3 didn't do nearly as much damage. But thankfully that little panic attacks at the end were able to finish him off. And then next up we've got this rank 5 infamous Iron Man. Even with Red Magneto, this is going to be a pain just due to him being a Doom and not able to parry not able to parry stun off his mediums. And he also has the armor buff, which is going to cause us to glance. But with running max Pacify, that's giving us 100% ability accuracy reduction while he's stunned, instead of the regular 70%. I definitely wanted the 100% ability accuracy reduction, so there was no chance he would be able to turn my heavy charges, those prowess where you get more than one at a time, into energy vulnerabilities, because that would just lengthen the fight, and you can already see what one special 2 did to me. I really don't want him being able to do more damage, and here I just throw off the special 3 with only 23 prowess and hoping this will finish him off. I just didn't want those to fall off because he was not playing nice. We get 16 bleeds on him. This special 2 also really hurts into the block, but it looks like those bleeds are going to be able to finish him off easily before the shrapnel kicks in. So, went fairly well, just due to the strike counter, block penetration. Had to take a lot of block damage during the specials too, since he wouldn't throw a special 1. And then here, we've got the Antman. I could have just taken this with Nick Fury. I just felt like using Magneto because I had him on the team. And how often do you actually get to just crumple people? Although Antman doesn't get crumpled because he's not bleed immune. But yeah, here, same thing with the Pacify. Whenever he's stunned, Safeguard is going to be ignored completely. So I'll want to throw the special 3 while he's stunned. Yeah. So here the only thing to worry about is the glancing from Ant-Man specials. that he gets naturally through his kit and from the attack and from the defender tactic. But hopefully Magneto will shut off most of those. I believe one or two stick through, but yeah, it's just parry heavy, build up your prowess. And then even when you do get the glancing on you, it's not a big deal as long as you hit him while he's stunned with max pacify, because you'll still get your prowess because that happens before the hit. Well, maybe it doesn't. Yeah, maybe that's just him turning things off. I don't know. Yeah, here I'm not able to get parries in the corner, which is really annoying. But yeah, you can see I'm still getting the prowess through the glancing, but maybe it's just because he's stunned. And then here, charge up while he's still stunned, throw off the special 3, and then the bleeds from this will just finish him off. Nice quick fight. Well, not really quick, but, you know. Nothing really to worry about. And then finally, we've got this Scorpion. Could have taken this with Red Magneto, but Nick Fury has the extra rank and the extra life, so I just went with him. Just went with a combat regen on this fight. Not really necessary, but just nice safety net to have. And with Nick Fury's Special 1 having so many hits, you're really able to ignore that first Scorpion sense, as long as you can play aggressive at the beginning. And there you could also see Max Pacify turning off the Disorient from the node. So yeah, here we're able to get in 20 hits before the first Scorpion sense triggers, which is amazing, so we don't have to worry about the first evade. But now he's just trying to be, Mysterio / America Chavez and throw wild heavies. So in the second Scorpion sense, he's going to give him an evade, a charge. Yeah, able to get in a nice bleed there before it happens. But yeah, he's already down to 34%, so not a whole lot of worry in this fight. And hopefully he throws this one nice and quick. We are taking some brute force damage, but with class advantage, it's not nearly as much as it would be in other fights. And then those bleeds in that SB1 will finish him off. So 10 fights this war, quite a hefty load compared to my previous wars this season. Thankfully they all went well. You can see the stats for this war there, and then Havok starting to get used a ton, which I was not expecting at all. But yeah, another pretty good war for us. But yeah, thanks for watching.